So I just want to show everyone how to make a beautiful necklace out of simple sea glass and a few other pieces. Now, you can have a finished product like this if you just follow a few simple steps that you do need in order to make a nice sea glass necklace. First, piece of sea glass. Second, more sea glass. A ruler in order to measure out your chain, or whatever size that you're using, or excuse me, not size, whatever material you're using, whether it be chain or hemp rope or anything. There's really endless possibilities, and that's really the nice thing about using your own creativity to make your own jewelry, is that you can wear whatever you want, things that can represent. And hell, you could take something that's really big, like this one, and you could add something like this, like a cross or something, little pendant, but you could also keep it theme-based, wrap smaller, and put smaller sea glass pieces on it. But back to the things that you need. You also need wrap, you need jump rings, and you need some sort of clamp. Lobster clamps are what I use. And however you like to wrap it is how you do it. So for some reason, I always change up my style, but I just like to do a lot of different like customization type of things, so that there's a lot of different kinds. A lot of different customizations. I use the same words a lot. But I always wrap a built-in loop, and I do that because I think it just makes it like more sturdy. If you can use one piece, that's the best way that you can wrap a piece of glass, or even just anything. It's not just glass that I wrap, but I don't know, I really like sea glass. I think that it's really pretty. And I mean, this technique that I just used is very quick. Oh, I forgot to introduce the most important thing, so we're gonna have to go for a walk. I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, my little dog got it. Huh, little dog? Did you take it? Did you take my clamps? Then why are my clamps over here? Well, you do need a pair of pliers. You can use any sort of like arrangement of tools. Doesn't really matter. And give it a little snip, snip. That's okay. Oops. My stuff just slipped. And then the most important thing, that when you're finishing it, is you got to make it look professional. So, I don't really do a lot of patterns or anything because I produce these in mass, but if I was making like a custom one for somebody special, I would make it like real nice. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I mean, look at that. It's a nice little wrapped piece of sea glass. And so you measure out the chain, and I will make this chain about that. Probably gonna reach about 15 inches. Yeah, or 15 inches. 17 inches, and that's where I like it for mine. And this is gonna be for me. So you cut your chain at the size that you want it at. Take your little jump rings. Some people can separate these by hand. I don't really like doing it. I'm just gonna do it by hand now for quickness. I don't recommend it. You really need to use tools. I can't even close this without a tool, because it's just not. It's not as professional, and it's not gonna hold as well. So you attach it. You open it up, throw it on there. These ones that I get, they're like high grade, because if you don't get good ones, they're not gonna hold together as well. You gotta attach through the loop. Throw it on the other side. And this is always a little bit of a pain. You really got to have nimble fingers to do this. And my fingers are, oh, you should see them when they get wet. They are not, when they prune up, they are not pretty fingers. And there, you got your chain. You can attach it, either way that you prefer. It all depends. I do them multiple different ways so that there's like an option. Oh, no, there it is. And then I use one more ring in order to attach the necklace to, or excuse me, the chain to the piece. And it doesn't really matter what side you use it on. It all really depends on your preference. This one is actually really good. I think it would look good on either side. So, but I think I'm just going to pick this one. And I do recommend using like the extra jump ring to put onto this chain, because if you just leave it freestanding, it doesn't sit as right. Like, it is, the chain, or the wire is malleable to the point where it doesn't really matter which way you bend it, because I could bend it this way, or I'm not going to twist it, but twist it that as if it were that way. But the jump ring just really, really helps it sit. And then, booyah, you got yourself a nice little necklace. And my fingers didn't hurt so bad. It'd be a little bit easier to put this on, but voila. Beautiful little necklace. And you can do these any size that you want, any type of glass, any whatever, I have all these beautiful kinds, and light blue are always harder to find. You got your greens, you got your browns. Black is extremely hard to find, and you can find cool ones with patterns on it. And again, you just need your wire. It all depends. With these size, especially with these ones, or with how this has like some grooves to it, you want to use a little bit stronger gauge than this. This is still only 24 gauge, which is relatively weak. I would use 22 gauge normally. I just had run out of it. You got your pack of clips, depending on what kind of clips you want to use. I have several different kinds. And then your jump rings and your chain, or whatever else you want to use. But your tool is very important. And anyways, I have one of these already pre-made. I do these bracelets, and these pieces I would use for a bracelet just because it's smaller. And the difference between the bracelet and the necklace, my bracelet, my chain, no. Okay, this is a little bit annoying, but I sit, you know what? I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but anyways, I make this sit, the jump ring, it just sits freely in here. But when I do a bracelet, I take the jump ring and I put it in one of those individual holes so that it sits about halfway. And anyways, I hope that this was helpful and that you guys enjoyed my bumblingness. My camera was sitting in between my toes, by the way, for that. Need to get myself a stand or something, but before I continue to ramble on, peace and jivins.